Hi, third and fourth grade. We're back for part 3 of personal power. And today, for gaining your personal power, we'll be learning about how to get to know you. And I know that that might sound kind of cheesy, this idea of getting to know yourself. Don't you already know yourself? But in reality, there are grown-ups out there in your life that are still getting to know themselves, because we're always changing and growing. And when you're surrounded by a lot of other people and things on TV and things in music, you can get lost. You can forget what you're really about, and you take in ideas and thoughts and the way you look based on other people. And it can take a whole lifetime to really be truthful and honest to yourself. And so if you can start thinking about that now, you are ahead of the game. So today we're going to talk about really getting to know yourself and pay attention to your feelings, okay? And I'm going to give you some examples. So Kate works hard to fit in with the popular clique at school, the popular group. She tries to like the same things they like. She tries to hate the same things they hate. She bugs her parents to buy her the same clothes. She spends her allowance on the same music. She wears her hair in the same way. She uses the same slang words, and on and on and on. It's hard to keep up. Sometimes Kate wishes she could just be herself. So it's exhausting to do that, right? And we've all done it. We all have bought a t-shirt that says, Under Armour, because all our friends are wearing shirts that say Under Armour. When I was your age, we all wore our hair with scrunchies, ironically, and here they are back again. Okay, and we all had to have scrunchies, just like you all have to have scrunchies now. And that's what happens. But it's okay to get excited about those things as long as it's not taking away from your happiness, right? If you are so worried and stressed out about what you own and how people think of you and see you, then you're missing out on just being you and the joy that's you. And most of the time, those people that you try to be like are people who might actually just be being themselves. And that's what's so intriguing about them, is that they are filled with true joy and happiness about just being around and feeling and doing things. And so we try to be more like them. But really, it's more about paying attention to what's inside, okay? And then you're more available for all that stuff out there. Here's another example. Okay, tell me what you would do. Marco really wants to play soccer. He enjoys watching soccer games on TV. Over and over, he imagines himself actually becoming a soccer player. He feels very excited about it, and he thinks he would be good at soccer. So it sounds like he hasn't tried it yet, but he wants to be like a future athlete, and that's his dream. But when sports sign-up times come, his dad says, guess what? I'm going to coach softball this year, and you'll be on the team, and we'll have a great time together. Marco doesn't know if he should do what his dad wants or what he wants. And finally, he decides to go along with his dad and play softball instead of soccer. So what would you do? When I listened to that story, I instantly felt bad for Marco, because I could feel all his excitement towards soccer. And then imagine what it would feel like to have your dad come in and say, we're going to do softball, and dad's all excited, right? And now he knows that he's either going to be sad because he's doing softball, or his dad's going to be sad because he's playing soccer. So he feels pretty stuck. But if he could just say, I feel upset because I was looking for, or I feel disappointed because I'm looking forward to soccer, then that lets his dad know the other part of it, right? If he keeps it to himself, his dad can't help him problem solve. Who knows? Maybe his dad would say, oh, we can do soccer instead. I didn't know you liked soccer, right? Or his dad could say, I'm not really good at soccer. I really was looking forward to softball. Do you mind if I coach softball while you go to soccer? There's all kinds of different ways they could look at it. But his dad won't really know what to do until Marco pays attention to his own feelings, right? Instead of thinking about his dad's feelings right now, he has to say, I'm upset, I'm disappointed. And then from there, they can take both of their opinions and both of their feelings and solve it together, right? Maybe you know people like Kate and Margot. They should stick up for yourself or for themselves, right? Is that what you're thinking? If you work too hard to please other people, it's hard to get to know yourself. And this makes it hard to stick up for yourself. But you can make a change. A good place to start is by naming and claiming your feelings, future dreams, and your needs. Okay? So telling somebody how you feel is the first step. And I know that sometimes you get stuck because, like Marco, you're worried about how someone else is going to feel or think about what you say, but it's only fair to give them all the information. Okay? So naming your feelings. Back when you were learning to talk, you only knew a few words. Maybe you said wah wah when you meant water and milk and juice and all the other things that you like to drink, right? You said wah wah instead of like all of those things. It all meant something to drink. When you said wah wah, your mom knew or would try to guess what you meant. So later as you learned words, you were able to say milk, you wanted milk. If you said juice, your mom knew you wanted juice. And naming feelings is kind of the same way. If you, when you're little, you can have all kinds of different feelings, but maybe you just say I'm sad, right? And sad could mean that you're tired or that your belly hurts or that you're angry that your friend took your toy or you hurt your knee or that your favorite show was over. It could mean all kinds of things, but the only word you know is sad, right? And same with happy. Happy could mean excited, it could mean silly, it could mean joy, all kinds of different ways to use that one word. So as you get older and you learn all the little words that are more detailed and specific towards the way you're feeling, like jealousy or envy or upset or disappointment, those things give the person you're talking to a little bit more information about it. So if you can name your feelings, it's a way to kind of channel the choices you have and to let other people know what you need. Okay, so calling feelings by their right names adds to your personal power. Calling feelings by their wrong names can take away your personal power. So Zoe's lying on her bed with her blanket over her head. She's just had the worst day of her life. Her best friend ignored her. Her teacher scolded her for not paying attention in class. A boy she likes found out that she likes him, and now everybody knows about it. That sounds terrible. Plus, she totally spaced out after school and forgot to stay for the Helping Hands Club meeting, so now she feels bad about that. And she's the president of the club, so she was responsible for going, and she messed that up. So her dad walks by her room and says, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And she said, "No, I'm not okay. I'm really, really sad." Okay, already are you thinking she's more than sad? And it's more specific than that. It's not just being sad. She's disappointed in herself. She's embarrassed about the boy. She is feeling lonely because her friend ignored her. And she might also be upset that the teacher got mad at her for not paying attention. So her dad just says, she says, "I'm really, really sad." She doesn't say any of those things. Her dad says, "That's silly. 10-year-olds don't have anything to be really, really sad about. You're probably just tired." I know what you're thinking. If Zoe goes along with her dad, she may learn to call her feelings by the wrong name, right? She might think that this just is sad and it's really not a big deal. And she might start to feel like her feelings don't matter. And she'll lose control and she'll lose her personal power. Here's another example. Jerome is having a problem with his older sister, Jada. It seems like their mom is always thinking of her first. Jada takes gymnastics lessons, so then Jerome has to stay home and babysit their brother. Jada has a starring role in the school play, so Jerome has to do some of her chores for the whole month. Jada earns straight A's, but Jerome brings home B's and C's, so she gets all the attention for her A's. His mom can tell there's something wrong with Jerome. "What's up with you lately?" she asks him. "If you really want to know, sometimes it seems like the only person you care about is Jada," he says. "I guess I'm kind of jealous." See, he's done a good job. He's taking responsibility for how he feels, and he's being able to share that. And this is what his mom said. "It's not nice to be jealous of your sister," his mom says. "Jealousy is a bad feeling." So if Jerome goes along with what his mom says and thinks that jealousy is a bad feeling, he might feel ashamed and he might feel bad about feeling that way. He may begin to deny his jealousy and try to push it away, and that's going to cause other feelings and other responses that might actually make the problem worse. Feelings aren't wrong or right. They're not bad or good. Feelings are just feelings. When you know and accept this basic fact, you can start claiming all of your feelings. If you think you feel sad, that's how you feel. If you think you feel jealous, that's how you feel. Nobody can make you feel a different way. Nobody knows more about your feelings than you do. Okay, so that's the first step. When you don't name your feelings, it's like putting up a wall. Okay, you can't move past that wall and nobody can help you because they can't get through it. I'm sure you've had that happen where maybe you shut down, you're so upset and you hide in your room or you hide in a corner, or you've seen somebody else do this. And people in the room want to help them or you want to help them, but you don't really know what they need because you don't know why they're upset. And sometimes that makes people ignore you and not want to be around you because they don't know how to help you. So it really is a wall. So this week, I want you to be aware of yourself and start paying attention to you because you're important, okay? And start naming those feelings. And you don't have to say them out loud. You don't have to do anything else. Just start to see how that feels, okay? So if you are making your lunch and then you take the plate and you turn and all of a sudden that favorite bite falls on the floor and you're disappointed or you're upset or you're frustrated, just take that moment to say that to yourself and see how that changes that feeling for you. See if it starts to get you ready to make a choice of how to handle that, okay? All right, I'll see you next week, guys.